Life. Let's give it up. How you guys doing this weekend? Merry Christmas, everyone. Well, hey, welcome to Fresh Life. We wanted to continue in worship by reading a portion of Scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 3, 1-3, and then verse 11. It says, "For everything there is a season, a time for activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill, I don't even know what that is, time to kill and a time to heal. God has made everything beautiful for its own time." Who is so thankful that in every season God is in control, and in every season God in His own way has made it beautiful? Who's thankful for that reminder? Even in seasons of healing, whatever that means. Hey, welcome to Fresh Life Church. We're so excited to be with you guys this weekend. This is the finale of Once a Man, Twice a Child. I think it's going to be an amazing weekend. But hey, I wanted to say, if you're a first-time guest, we are ridiculously thankful and honored to have you here with us. If you're new, we're so excited that you would, come and hang out with us, that we even have a special gift out at the right time. All you have to do to get that in your hands is stop by, introduce yourself to one of us, and we'll make sure that we hook you up with that. But if you've been here at Fresh Life for a little bit, or maybe even if you're deciding on making this your home, or whatever circumstance would lead you, we have amazing Fresh Life groups, and we would love for you to get plugged into a community here. And just a couple of groups to keep on your radar for Fresh Life. We're going to be doing a married group as well as a financial peace university. And those are both going to be amazing. So be on the lookout for details on both of those things. And get plugged in with the group. You can actually go to groups.freshlife.church to see an entire comprehensive list of everything we have available. We would love to help you find a group that works for you and your schedule. But we're going to worship God through our giving during this next song. And giving at Fresh Life, we celebrate that because we look at giving. God has already done so much through the ministry that we're serving. And, we just know that He has more and more things to do. So when we give, we're essentially putting our faith in God and what else He wants to do through us. So it's going to be a really just easy way to begin the process of giving. If you haven't already, it's like the easiest thing in the world. You can give in the containers that are going to be passed. You can give online at giving.freshlife.church, as well as through our app. You can even give by texting the word fresh to the number 45777. But just to encourage you guys in giving, can I tell you a story? It's something that I've been learning with giving. So this is, in a way, this almost has nothing to do with giving, but like everything to do with giving. So when I was 20 years old, I decided that I would propose to my girlfriend. She's my wife now. She said yes. It all ended okay. But when I was 20, I went ring shopping, which is a terrifying experience for a junior in college with tuition to pay and bills. But I started kind of freaking out because I found like the perfect ring. And I freaked out and I called my dad, because that's what you do. When you freak out, you call your dad. And I was sitting on the stairs next to Townsend's Tea House, and I'm talking to my dad on the phone, and he says two things that forever shape the way that I look at giving and generosity. He says, "Tanner, calm down. There's never a convenient time to buy an engagement ring." And then he says, "You're not investing in a moment with a great ring and a great proposal. You're investing in a commitment." And I just want to speak to the people that are maybe, you've been here for a little bit and you felt the pull to trust God with your finances and to start the process of giving. But maybe, and you trust the Lord, you love the Lord, but maybe you're just afraid and it doesn't make sense. Just know that giving, honestly, there's never a convenient time to start giving. So just to encourage you, there's never a convenient time to start giving. But just know that you're not investing in a moment. You're not paying to keep the lights on or keep me employed or whatever else you see. You're actually investing in a movement, in a moment, and you're investing in people that are excited about seeing those stranded in sin find life and liberty in Jesus. So just to encourage you guys, don't give when it makes sense. Give out of faith and be faithful to what God wants us to do. We love you, church. Let's pray over this gift. God, we are just kind of blown away by the fact that you use us at all. Thank you so much that this is like I get to and not a got to. Thank you that even when it makes no sense, God, like even when our accountants and our parents, and maybe even our significant other would be like, this makes no sense, God. Thank you that to you in your kingdom, it always makes sense. And that you work ways out to provide for us even when we don't feel it or see it or even think about it. Thank you so much that you're a God that you actually take care of us personally. Thank you that you also take care of our church corporately. Thank you that you're going to use our gifts to actually touch lives, to open doors, to work in our communities, to partner with people that are doing good out in Bozeman. We love you so much, Jesus. All these things we pray in your name. Amen.
So I moved here a little over 2 months ago from Kansas. Got a job as a physical therapist, and I've been to Montana once before, but I've loved the mountains. I always wanted to grow up in the mountains. And one of my friends gave me Through the Eyes of a Lion by Levi, and I was read it, and it was incredible. And so I did a PT rotation in Billings a year ago in August. And that's when I went to Fresh Life for the first time. I went there every Wednesday. Loved the people, loved the group, got to see Levi live, and it was like a dream come true. And then this spring, I had an opportunity to move out here for physical therapy, and took that, and happened to be where Fresh Life sat. And so right when I got here, I was like, community is my number one thing. Before moving here, I was so nervous. I only knew one person, and I figured the best way to get involved was just go for the community. I went online, reached out to the website, saw there was like a 20s group. I'm like, perfect. And contacted someone. She hooked me up with the group, and I went the first day, and there was just like a set of blankets, and Sam was just sitting on them, like smiling. It's just like, just her. I'm like, oh no, what am I getting myself into? And then it was fun. A bunch of people showed up, and Ryan brought Slaymo, which is spikeball, which was the best time I've ever had. It's truly been an answered prayer. It's cool thinking back to all my worries about moving to a new place, taking this big risk that I thought God was leading me to, and then joining Fresh Life and group and truly being like, this is everything I prayed for. This community, a place to just be open and real, and then also just establishing these friendships. Just go for it. Like obviously you're a little nervous, especially being like a 25-year-old girl coming to a new place and feeling like I don't know anyone. And so I'd say, it's the best thing I've done. It's an answered prayer. It's a group of people where you can be 100% yourself with. And I want to join that vibe. So.
Let's sing as we give. Like the frost on the rose, winter comes for us all. Oh, how nature acquaints us with the nature of patience, like the seed in the snow. I've been buried to grow, for your promises loyal, from sea to sequoia, and I know There's this great story in the Bible where Elijah speaks rain over the nation of Israel. And on behalf of God, he just says the rain's coming. He tells the king, just you better get back to the city that you came from because rain is coming. And then he goes up to look to see the cloud, the servant that is on his behalf. And he didn't see a thing. He didn't see anything. And a lot of times in our lives, when we believe we have a word from God, we heard a message, God spoke to our heart, we got so many goosebumps. We read it in our quiet time, we heard it, and then we went to look at our life and didn't look anything like what God said. Anybody can relate to that, or just me up here? You're looking through life, you look at promise, and it's like, wait, where's the disconnect? And then the servant was told, look again, and Elijah went back to praying. And when the servant looked again, all he could see eventually was just a cloud, a tiny cloud in the distance, so small from his perspective, it seemed like a man's fist, just a little fist of a cloud. And out of that cloud came great rain, but they had to keep believing and keep trusting and keep praying. But the rain was there even when the cloud was small. The rain was on its way, even when there was nothing in the sky that looked like a promise that came from the mouth of God. And you can't give up. That means you must rely on the muscles of faith. Come on, Jesus, the Savior, He had come you when He was a baby. Christmas didn't look like Calvary, but it was there in seed form. So we're all trust out together as a church. What do you do to believe the promises of God? Come on, let's just sit there and go ahead. Come on, how do you see? You don't see something, keep believing. Come on, how do you see? How do you see the wind? All I know, come on, is that it's worth my patience. If you're not done working, God, I'm not done waiting. You can't see my promise. You ain't in the winter. You're the God of patience. You ain't in the winter. All I know is Jesus. That you take the time to save us and save us. Save us and Oh, I'm excited they came to church. He's feeling aware and alive. We are so glad to have you here with us this week. If you're a guest coming first, second, third time, thank you for being here. It's an honor. It's a privilege to have you. We hope as you kind of get comfortable, get acclimated, that you would, figure out and feel out God's voice as He's calling you to take, your next step. I believe life is full of steps. Maybe it's just the dad in me, but as I watch my kids move through steps and seasons, they don't ride a bike when they're 1, but hopefully they're not just learning how to talk when they're 7. You see what I'm saying? There's phases and seasons, and it's amazing to go through those. And I think for every one of us, there's a next step for our involvement here at the church. And is that the equivalent of crawling? Is that the equivalent of graduating high school? I don't know what it's going to look like, but let's not stand still. Let's keep moving forward, because as Bob Dylan said, if we're not busy being born, we're busy dying. We got to keep moving, keep trying new things. Maybe it's a group, maybe it's a team, maybe it's the journey of giving. Whatever it is, as you're taking that next step, one of the best ways to kind of figure that out and get your bearings when you go through the crash course. We run it 12 times a year, and this is week 2 of the month of October. That makes this week 2 of Crash Course, and we'd love to have you come out, as this week there's really just an emphasis on figuring out what it looks like to make this house a home. And then on the back end of the month of October, as you finish Crash Course out, you can jump on a team. But at any point, you don't have to go through Crash Course at any point. God, people say, at any point, you can get onto one of our small groups. Just people getting together, doing life. What a great story we heard. It's powerful. I just think we really encourage you in your journey to be in a group, to make a big church really small and intimate. And that's powerful. So groups out Fresh Life Church. Hey, next week at Fresh Life, never has happened before. It's going to be unreal. We got a very special guest speaker coming to preach at Fresh Life next weekend. Check out this video.
Every imperfection that you've ever experienced, every lie, every hurt, every pain, every abuse, God says I can use all of that. God says I see sin, and when I see sin, I send my son. And when I send my son, then all you have to do is receive. And when you receive my son, I see you like I see my son.
Pastor Michael Todd, my friend Pastor Michael Todd from Transformation Church, Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is unreal. He and his wife Natalie are new friends to Jenny and I, but we've been tracking with what God's doing, and that tracking and watching God use it has been going like this. It is just unbelievable to watch them be used, and it's just a special anointing on their lives. So you want to be here, bring a friend, bring someone specifically young in your life. I would encourage you, bring a student, because if they check out him on YouTube, they'll be like, dang, we get to hear that guy preach. It's like something that runs with millions, okay, and views on YouTube, okay? God's just using it in a crazy way in just the day and age that we're living in. We celebrate that. Can't wait to hear him preach next week. Oh, good. Hey, we also like here at the church to take time to get to know people around us. Would you just take a little bit of time? We're going to put some numbers up on the screen. And by the time they get down to 0, you can make your way to your seat, but not before it. Don't let me shake one hand, sit down, say hi to some people, and then you can grab your seat from the countdown. So let's do that.
Should automatically go to the next one.
Yeah, I was just saying, we're just gonna make sure.
Okay, yeah. And after it gets to the next video, you guys can feel free to go back to the audio video. Just when the band goes up, come back.
This is the FL. Takes.
Soundboard making sense even? It's this is something I still haven't learned because it just scares the crap out of me. Yeah, it's ProPresenter too because everyone sees it immediately. Yeah. But yeah, you guys are rocking. It's awesome. Series begins in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Can't believe it's been
I can't even describe the feelings that are inside me when I watch that video. It's like my soul's rumbling.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
It's amazing. I'm so
Hey,
excited.
we're so glad you're here for the finale of the Once a Man, Twice a Child series. And such a special week to close this out. And we just kind of want to reflect on a little bit what we've been through and then just really charging the future with the heart for all the seasons of life that come our way. As that's really been the goal of this series, the seasons of life and what to do about them. Once a man, twice a child. And if you have a Bible, we're going to be in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 16 as we begin. As always, shout out all locations, church online.
So glad you're here.
Just jumping in now, we're talking about being young, we're talking about getting old, we're talking about kind of everything in between. And this week, the title of the message that we're going to kind of speak together and kind of talk about, and it's going to be a really special time, is the shoulders of giants. The shoulders of giants. What do you think of that?
I love it. I'm excited to preach with you today.
Yeah, I can't wait to have you. Here we are.
Can't wait.
Here we are.
Here we are.
That's amazing. So 1 Corinthians 16, a little setup on that. Basically, Paul ministered in the city of Corinth, which is a city that he came to, busy, money, crazy city, and preached the gospel, starts this church, and goes well. But then he eventually, from the city of Ephesus, is writing back to deal with some issues that was going on, and he's telling them, the part we're going to jump in on, that he is sending his apprentice Timothy their way. And he's basically, in this passage we're going to read, setting up Timothy for success. He wants Timothy to straighten some stuff out, because y'all the city of Corinth was cray. I mean, in a major way, it was dysfunctional. Timothy was going to sort of, help step in and help out in a leadership capacity. But he knew that Timothy needed basically to be set up for success before he got there. So let's jump into the passage and we'll just kind of make sense of it as we go.
Starting in verse 10. If Timothy shows up, take good care of him. Make him feel completely at home among you. He works so hard for the master, just as I do. Don't let anyone disparage him. After a while, send him on to me with your blessing. Tell him I'm expecting him and any friends he has with him.
So Paul knew that Timothy needed this setup because the city would be likely, people there he knew would be likely to look down on Timothy because he was young. He knew there would be the likelihood that a lot of people in the church would be like, whatever, and not listen to what he has to say because he's younger. Why? Because it's common for old people to look down on young people.
Right.
But that cuts both ways because it's also common for young people to look down on old people.
Exactly. Well, I love how the Amplified in verse 11 says, so see to it that no one despises him or treats him as if he were of no account or slights him. I love that Paul's just like, hey, heads up, make sure this doesn't happen, because this is important that you
You'll
receive
look at
it.
him, but write him off because of what you see.
Yeah.
And I think in our day and age, it primarily maybe happens the other way around, where it's young people looking at old people and writing them off as though there's not the value that's actually there because of the age.
Right, it's interesting to see sometimes just that dishonor and disrespect that you can kind of tell. It's like, oh yeah, they're old, they've seen some stuff, but they don't know what it's like now, or they don't know what it's like to be young. It's interesting to see that flip the other way too, of older people thinking, oh, well, he's young, he hasn't lived any life, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. You don't live,